Hello. Hope this is working. Starting off with a good start. I'll go ahead and think about that for a second. But let's get started. Ah, god damn it. Well, this is to a great start. Hang on a second, please. Alright, everything's working now. Well, welcome to my faith view. Started off strong, huh? How are you guys doing? Well, here I am. I'll be honest, this was kind of a spur of the moment, but I already had a lot of stuff planned out, and I would have had my debut a little bit earlier, but my computer CPU was a little bit on the downside. Even opening up Twitch Labs was very, very slow, so now that I've upgraded it, I am here. But I believe we should probably get into business. By the way, this is my model right here. Let me go ahead and give you a more deep look. As you can go ahead and see, I am... well, I have a good outfit on. This character I remember making a few years ago. It never really came up to anything until right now. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me go ahead and put this back as it was. Yeah, sorry about the little hiccup at the start. That should probably be a good sense of how this is gonna go in the future. But yeah, welcome everybody to my stream and my debut. I hope you enjoyed the song. I actually commissioned this music as well as the background in my model, specifically for streaming. Unfortunately, though, I'm not made out of money, despite my name and my background, so I didn't have enough time to go ahead and get a debut information. So I can just go ahead and go from point to point myself. My name is Jewlb0x, so at the very least that's what I'm going to be referred to here. I also go by Torch, but that's a different thing. My age... let's just keep that a secret for now. Let's just say I'm not exactly young, but I'm also kind of feel old. I'm old enough to remember the classic Cartoon Network. How about that? My birthday is on December 28th. I am a human. Blood type is O positive. Which really sucks, especially whenever you're... by the way, I am from the south of the US. No specifics, but I can tell you right now that having O positive blood is not exactly the best because mosquitoes usually go after you. So outdoors is not really been a good idea for me for a longest time. The mosquitoes eat me alive, and also I do have some allergies, so being outside is not something really good. Today will be a little bit of a shorter stream due to the fact that, well, I am kind of sporadic at the moment, and this is my first time ever really streaming, so I am kind of nervous to be, as you can see. Also, my model's a little bit wonky. No offense to the person that commissioned it, like, you know, it's good, it's just my camera. As well as the fact that I'm wearing glasses, so it doesn't usually track. Like right now, I can actually move it a little bit better now when I take them off. But I'm also blind as hell, so I cannot really see anything. Well, that don't have them on. Like even looking at this text on my screen is actually a little bit difficult. My hobbies, or my likes and dislikes. well, let's go for dislikes at first, and then to end it in a good note. I dislike hypocrisy, but I just had to. That just usually came from being from a family from Latinos. Hypocrisy runs deep, especially when it comes to relatives, and you know they go ahead and like judging you from the outside, but when their own downsides get put into the blast, they usually go ahead and retract or don't go ahead and go into that. But that's neither here or there. And generally, you know, dislikes BS, just going out, being in a high public place. I'm not really that much of an extrovert, more of an introvert. Which doesn't make sense because I am going to stream nowadays, but yeah, that is just how I am. As for my likes, I like food. To be fair, I never actually really met people who didn't like food. As for my favorite foods, I like spicy food. That is one of my favorite kinds of foods, as well as a lot of Latino foods, especially from Mexico. Pozole, it's one of my favorites. Pambazos, enchiladas, tortas. I like that. Mole, menudo. You know, a lot of the good foods that come from Mexico are some of the ones that I like, which, to be fair, I haven't really had too many not good foods from Mexico, to be exact. I've had, well, I will be honest, I've had bad foods that were made in the image of Mexico, but they were not made by Mexicans, to be fair. Let me put my glasses on, I cannot see anything. Better. Alright, one of my other likes is games, obviously, since I'm streaming, that is probably a given. But I guess you don't have to play games to be a streamer. I've seen big variety. Tipsy General, you're hungry. Go ahead and get some food then. I don't know what to do about that. For games that I like to play, I like a lot of strategy games. Paradox has been one of my on and off nightmare of a thing. To be fair, you know, they have to pay 100 DLCs to go ahead and have a playable game, but I also enjoy it sometimes. You know, the whole strategy thing. It usually goes from place to place. Sometimes I like playing it like it's intended and just, you know, building up slowly and slowly, but sometimes I am scarce when it comes to time, so I just go ahead and mess around most of the time. Other than strategy games, I mean, I like playing a couple of shooters, but I'm not good at them. My fucking reflexes are like shit, dude. Well, as you can also see, I don't really care about cursing. This is not a family-friendly stream, to be exact. Well, obviously I'm not gonna go ahead and do the whole like new Twitch meta that I've seen around, but I'm also not gonna go ahead and hold punches back when it comes to cursing. Obviously, a couple of them I have to go ahead and hold back due to Twitch's policies, but generally I don't give a fuck. Another like that I like is, well, money and shiny stuff. Sadly, I don't have a lot of that to spare, or in droves. But with any luck, I will probably have it in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and start streaming, mostly as a hobby, to be exact. I already have another job, but streaming, if anything comes out of this, it will be good. If nothing comes out of it, I'll still stream because, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and play games and do my stuff anyway, so might as well go ahead and stream and see if I can get any following. I'm sorry guys, I'm not professional at all. Another like, and my final like, is gonna go ahead and be D&D. I like D&D a lot, and I am actually a DM for 2 games, well, 3 games now. And the other one's not gonna be showing up anytime soon. And I'm also a player in 1 game. I was a forever DM for the last like 5 years, which is fine, but it can be a little difficult at times. But you know, it's actually fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it, especially if there's no incentive monetarily out of it. What else? Well, right now I am for my work outside of Twitch, and well, I wouldn't really consider Twitch too much of a job for me right now. Maybe in the future I will. but as of right now, it's mostly a hobby. As for my office, my work is usually office works. I work at a mechanic shop as the, well, I guess secretary would be a good way to put it. But you know, I also go ahead and register the cars when they come inside of the shop. I go ahead and make sure that the customers are happy. I answer the calls, and I also go ahead and look up as, you know, estimates of how much the cars is gonna worth, you know, the work time, where to get them, make the calls to go ahead and receive the packages. But I also go ahead and do miscellaneous work, as in, you know, sometimes the auto shop needs to paint the floor, and I go ahead and I'm the one that do it. They need to push a car, I go ahead and help give them a hand right now and there with a car, or just usually just sweep around, you know, sweep the floor. I mean, it's not really glamorous, but it's way better than other works that I've had, which I'm actually gonna go ahead and segue to that. I used to work as a landscaper for the longest time when in my youth, coming from a Latino family, specifically Mexican. A lot of the time it was just free labor, let's be honest. What was it? They paid me like $10 for the entire day. It is kind of stupid, to be fair, but I mean, well, to be fair, I did mind it a lot, but I didn't have a choice on it, the matter. Yeah, it's specifically down here in the south when it gets really hot and humid or dry. I'm not sure. I think humidity is worse than dryness, to be fair. But, you know, mowing the lawn, cutting bushes, picking up the leaves, throwing them away. Also, you know, sometimes painting fences, taking down fences, I remember that. Taking down trees and going ahead and doing all this other stuff, you know, getting rid of vermin that are alive and dead. I remember specifically one time when I was working with one of my aunts and doing some stuff, a snake came out of a bag of leaves that we had left outside, and I was the one in charge of taking care of it with some garden shears. Luckily, it wasn't anything venomous, or at the very least, I don't think it was. I remember I took care of it. I managed to. It was like biting the shear, so I managed to like slice the head in two. Probably could have done that better, but to be honest. But you know, at the time when there's one of family members screaming bloody murder to get rid of it, she has a phobia of snakes, so I had no choice other than to kill it. I mean, I didn't go ahead and enjoy it or make it suffer too much, but I took care of it. Let's see. Another work that I have that I technically still have it, but I only go for one day because it's easy and convenient. It's McDonald's. Oh my god, I have a lot of shit to talk about McDonald's, but as the customer and as the worker. I think I can go ahead and get into that actually. Oh, my eye is gray. I forgot that my eye was green, so it turned gray in this screen. No worries about that. I can go ahead and fix that later. Actually, I kind of like the gray look. I'll keep it. As for McDonald's, it's a nightmare. McDonald's experience is a nightmare on both sides where you go. One of the things that I've always seen is people complaining about McDonald's always being slow. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you this right now, at the very least where I work. I always keep the cars going fast. They usually, when it's come to slowness, it's the people in the front giving out the food, or just the customers themselves. Captain Hindsight, for example, I always hate these ones where they go ahead and, I hate the codes. McDonald's codes are a fucking nightmare. Maybe it's not too much when it comes to like, oh hey, you know, here's a code to get like free french fries or something like that, but I miss the days where it was just, there's a goddamn special, come to the store, buy stuff, and get the special. Nowadays you have to download this app and go ahead and like, oh, I have a code, and then all this other shit. Dude, I miss the days when it was more simple than that. Yeah, McDonald's has not really made me a good person, to be fair. It's made me hate a lot of people, to be fair, but that's a different story. I think I'm saying it, to be fair, too much. Yeah, but usually whenever the line is slow, it's usually people going ahead. Make the screen machine worked. Okay, actually I have a little bit of insight on that. I'll be honest, a lot of the time when the ice cream machine breaks, it's gonna be broken for about 1 to 2 weeks, and the reason for that is that the maintenance guy gets paid to do it, but he doesn't really get paid to fix it. As long as he goes out and does a little bit of adjustments, he gets paid. And if it works for a little bit, he still gets a paycheck, but if it breaks down again, they have to call him again, and he gets paid again. So there's not a lot of incentive for that thing to stay fixed. And a lot of the other times, the ice cream machine actually does work. It's just that the people there don't wanna deal with stocking it again, or cleaning it. So a lot of the times they just go ahead and leave it for whoever's the next shift is, and it's easier just to tell the people that there's no ice cream. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. But sometimes it is actually broken, especially during the summer when people order ice cream left, right, and center. Which you would think it's usually the summer, but for some reason people really like eating ice cream and frozen drinks in the middle of winter for no fucking reason at all. Like, literally, I was standing there, fingers turning red and purple just because of the cold, with a heater, with a little heater right next to me to go ahead and keep myself warm. And just people kept coming over and over again asking for frappes, ice cream, and just frozen drinks in general. It's not a good thing to do. Also, the people that go to the window like, is it too late to go ahead and add like a large fries? Oh my, and also the ones that are always making the phone call at the drive-thru, like, just get out of the line and make the phone call before getting in the line. It's McDonald's. It's been the same menu like for 50 years. Left to right, right to left. I can go ahead and just tell you what it is. Like, you want a Big Mac with... What are you going in for? Do you want a burger? You want to actually feel full? Go ahead and get a Quarter Pounder. If you just want a burger for the taste of it, go ahead and get a cheeseburger. If you want to shut up a couple of kids, get 2 cheeseburgers. If you don't want to pay for like the 60 cents that it costs to put cheese on a burger, apparently, go ahead and get a plain hamburger. Go ahead and go home, put a cheese slice in there. There you go, you just saved yourself 60 cents, or like $1.20 plus tax. But yeah, and no, I hate the people that order like $6 for food and just ask like, can I make it fresh? It's McDonald's, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know what this is about. It's about getting you out of the door quickly. We don't fucking give a shit if you get fresh food. If you want fresh, go ahead and make it yourself. How about that? And if, for example, if you go ahead and get an order that is like $10 and below and you pay with a $100 bill, you're a fucking dick. I mean, we're still required to go ahead and give you the food, don't mind me, but, you know, we have to get a manager and that keeps the people waiting. So if you get mad about the McDonald's being slow, just know that a lot of the times it's usually just a bunch of dickheads in front of you who are making it slow. So get mad at them, don't get mad at the employees. They don't have a say about getting people quickly out of there. Oh, and about me, well, as you can see, I'm not mentally stable. But I guess that also makes the best kind of YouTubers, to be fair, and Vtubers, or whatever the hell I am about to be. Yeah, I'm not exactly completely up here. I'm not diagnosed with anything. I'm not gonna go ahead and be like, I have autism or something. I don't know what they ask now. Paranoia, autism, whatever mental illness they go ahead. I don't know if I have anything. Maybe I do. I just don't know. And I'm not gonna go ahead and get diagnosed because that's just gonna give me more excuses to not do stuff. And I already have plenty of those, so I don't need a mental diagnosis. You know, maybe I have something, but it's still myself. I'm me, and everything that is me, everything that is wrong with me is part of me that makes me me. So I don't care if I get a label of what I am. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue being what I am. But yeah, I also, you know, I can get competitive. I will be honest with you, maybe a little bit of a healthy amount. But to be fair, I mean, you know, competitiveness and all. Usually I give up. I had that issue, especially when it comes to art. I used to draw a lot back in the day, but not too much anymore. Even though I have a sketch pad and all this other stuff. I don't draw that much anymore. Maybe this is actually a good way to go ahead and get back into drawing with the whole like streaming. Maybe I can go ahead and make a drawing stream. Go ahead and tell me if you guys will be interested in that. But a lot of the drawings, what I ended up happening is whenever you have a deadline and you have to present it or you have to go ahead and submit it, especially when it comes to like school and stuff like that. Well, when I was in school, I'm no longer in school, thank God. Well, I am in college, but I'm taking online classes, so I don't count that. But yeah, a lot of the times when it comes to turning in projects, especially when it comes to art, it's just a bunch of deadlines and making sure that everything is correct and great. So a lot of the times whenever I was supposed to go ahead and turn something in, I usually is hyper focused on making it look really good and too focused on making it be the best that it can be, to the point that I didn't get anything done at the very end and I just had to turn in shit. So eventually that love of art like started to die off, especially after I got out of high school and went off into the real world. Well, I say real world, I'm still technically not there yet. I don't think anybody is, to be fair. But I am working, I have money, I have food, and I have enough money for internet to stream, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't be seeing me here. But yeah, I go ahead and get too hyper focused when it comes to art, and to the point that I just make it look uglier and just don't get stuff done and then give up halfway. That is an issue I have also when it comes to giving up. I give up a lot of the times, I'll be honest with you. I'm not supposed to, and I don't think I should, but I do give up a lot of the times. A good example of this is actually my game's Paradox. I go ahead and start playing the game, I get to a high enough point, and then I just decide to give up. Either by choice of just getting bored with the game, wanting to start over, or either the game or mods get updated, and then I have to restart the whole thing again. I could technically workshop and make sure that the game is compatible with the new mods and with the new updates, but well, I don't do that. Yeah, even when it comes to stuff that is for fun, I usually give up halfway through. So a lot of mediocrity. I am trying to change that though. Actually today, for the first time in a long time, I actually woke up really early, around 5 AM. Which, wow, fucking whoop did he do? I know that other people wake up earlier than that, and you know, fair. But yeah, I usually wake up around 9 AM, which I'm actually trying to change now that I'm actually waking up earlier. I went ahead and did the online college stuff, made breakfast for the first time and not just eating something on the quick and then eating lunch later, and I made a schedule for myself, not just stream schedule, that is for something else, which I will actually get to in a second, but I also go ahead and make a schedule for myself of when to eat, what to do at what time, and how to proceed with my day. Maybe this way I can actually get stuff done and get myself in a better shape, which, you know, my model, it looks a little bit like me when it comes to the hair and stuff like that, and what I could probably, well, I'm not gonna look like an anime character, obviously, but potentially what I want to go ahead and look like. I am currently a little... Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it. I'm fat, and I don't want to be anymore. So I'm actually going to work out and nowadays, and also have set a schedule of food and when to eat it. That way I can go ahead and get this weight off of me. You know, I usually didn't really care too much when it comes to sports and stuff like that. So I eventually ended up getting fat, even when, when I weighed in a stupid way, when God gave me a chance, quote unquote, and I got this growth spurt, I actually lost a lot of the weight and just balanced out because of how, you know, when you get a growth spurt, you stretched out, and I gained all that weight again. I'm ashamed to say it, but I also am very lazy. The 7 deadly sins have actually guided my life throughout a lot of the times. Specifically sloth and gluttony, but I'm hoping to put those two behind me. If I have to go ahead and get guided by one of them, I will go ahead for greed and envy, which are not good, to be fair. None of them are good. But at the very least, they will be able to motivate me more to do stuff rather than the other two who just motivate me to become fat and lazy. Another thing actually that I will go ahead and show about this model. Well, the tracking is okay. I will go ahead and probably get this updated later so I can get hand tracking in the future. But I also have other faces here. Give me 1 second while I go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Oops, not there. Yep, so I actually have angry face. Not sure if I will go ahead and be using these too much, but I mean, I got them. I also have a smug face, which I'm actually gonna go ahead and use a little bit more than usual. Kinda looks a little bit weird, but you know, what can I do about it? And the one that I'm probably gonna be using the least is the crying face. The sad face, I'll be honest. I'm not... Well, I am a fan of the person that did this work. I will go ahead and probably shout them out later when I get all their contacts ready. I do apologize for not having that ready, but I will go ahead and shout them out later. Well, to be fair, I'm also an asshole, so I'm not sure if they want to be shouted out by me. Dilemma for later. But yeah, I will. If they want to go ahead and be shouted out, I'll go ahead and get the information on that. Otherwise, I will keep my mouth shut. That way, they're not associated with me if they don't want to be. I'm not a good person, I'll be honest with you, guys. Not at the very least. I am better than a lot of the people that I've seen online, especially with a lot of the Minecrafters, if you know what I'm talking about. But I am definitely not a good person in the sense of the things. I'm not gonna pretend to be a saint, and I'm not gonna pretend to be a good, happy-go-lucky vibes. There's plenty of streamers that have that vibe. I'm just here for fun and to be chill. I'm not specifically professional. You know, I commissioned a background, I commissioned a model, I commissioned a theme. But that's just to give you guys something to look at, and not just my own voice and played monotone. But yeah, I'm not a good person. Not sure if I was. I don't think I was like this all the time, but I'm not. It's too much of a bother to think about how and when I changed. Okay. I think I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about being a good person, the model. To be fair, I don't have that many views as I can see. So even if I shouted them out, they get way more work than I could probably even send them. If I get bigger, I can ask them, but otherwise, I don't think they would care. I will shout them out though later. I'd have to find the receipts and stuff like that. But I'll be honest, I had this model for like about 6 months, all of the stuff ready. It was just my CPU that wasn't working well, so I couldn't stream. And I kind of forgot stuff. I tend to do that, so I will go ahead and look at that later. But yep, I also went ahead and got some commissioned commissioned screens. As you can go ahead and see, this is my chatting screen. I also have a Be Right Back, which I will go ahead and transition to right now. As you can see, it is Be Right Back. I also have my main screen, which I don't have the theme music right now on it. Right now I only have a little logo right here of my, Jewlb0x. Which my name, by the way, Jewlb0x, with a 0, not an O. And this is where this setup that I'm gonna have when I'm streaming. And actually, going back to chatting real quick. Speaking of my streams, I will go ahead and be doing some streams. I'm kind of a go with the flow kind of guy, so Mondays it's gonna be from 5 to 8 p.m. I will go ahead and update these on Twitch, by the way. It's an anything goes stream. Either I will be just talking, maybe with some friends, drawing, playing some games. It's just whatever I feel like doing that day. If you're in for that, then go ahead. Otherwise, there's plenty of stuff. It's gonna be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I would have done one today, and I would have done my debut during that time, but I'm also kind of busy. I was kind of busy today, so I went ahead and did it AM. I just wanted to get the debut done and over with because I've been holding off for like 3 years or something like that. Ever since like before the pandemic, I've been thinking about doing this, and I just always chalked it up to not having enough time or the right equipment. Then I decided that one day, just a lot of the stuff that I don't get done and I don't have in my life is because of just not putting in the work or putting it off for another day or doing excuses. So I decided, you know, just get it done. Get the streaming, go ahead and do that stuff, and you know, just go ahead and do it. Tuesdays is gonna go ahead and be also from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I will probably be doing Dungeon Painter Studio or just D&D stuff, writing, world building and stuff like that. I am currently working on another campaign called Jewlb0x. If anybody in chat will actually care to give me ideas and show up, that will be great. That way you can go ahead and see the writing process of this insane person. What I do with writing, I get myself really sleep deprived and then we'll go ahead and write. That's usually when their creative juices go ahead and work better for me. Not sure if I'm gonna get myself sleep deprived to do this one though. I'm okay when it comes to just writing normally. A lot of spelling mistakes though, and the reason for that is that I'm just brain vomiting into the page and getting it from one page to the other. So just getting myself, getting the thoughts down. I go ahead and edit them later, don't get an aneurysm. Wednesdays, no streams. Wednesdays are for myself, and I also have other stuff to do Wednesdays, so I cannot stream then. Thursdays, it's gonna be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new series of playing Jewlb0x again, after years, maybe actually about the same time that I've been trying to stream, maybe about 2 years of not streaming. I'm gonna go for playing the extended timeline mod all the way from year 1 to 2024. In 2024, I'll go ahead and stop the game and we'll see where we are at. Fridays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new gameplay of Shadow of War. The second one, not the first one. Yeah, thank you very much, Tipsy. I will go ahead and start that stream. I played it a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I never actually finished it. As you can see, I've been going there. I'll try finishing it, and once I finish it, I'll go ahead and probably go and start a new series. And Saturdays, I work a little bit more. So I will be back around 7 p.m. To 10 p.m. to do Anything Goes stream as well. And Sundays, I am afraid I cannot go ahead and stream on Sundays, as it's another day that I am busy. But yeah, I mean, I'm already using a lot of the time to play games, and I'm not really getting anything out of it. So I might as well go ahead and stream and get that stuff out of there. Maybe I'll entertain you with my insane ramblings. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really talk to myself, but I have a lot of the time. But I managed to go ahead and talk. I don't talk to myself, but I talk to myself. That fucking doesn't make any sense. I'm stupid. I talk to myself. There you go. And I go when I'm playing games. So talking to you guys will actually be a better substitute than just my bouncing ideas off my own head, like a save screen. But yeah, that would be my stream schedule. Oh, my eye looks funky. Oh, goddamn. Okay, I think the camera lost. Oh, there I am again. The camera lost track of me for a second there. That's gonna be a recurring issue, huh? Okay, that means I just have to stay in the middle of the camera to make sure that I don't lose the thing. I was moving around because my eye you can actually see through my eye. It's not silver, it's a see-through eye. Which, I'll be honest with you, is actually a little bit better than the whole green eye. It's really weird looking, but it's not bad. Okay. Oops. Dropped something. Give me 1 second. There I am. I almost about to drop a bag of coins that I have here. Yeah, it's about, what is it, like 12 pounds full of just random coins? Yeah, by the way, I'm actually getting old because I started a coin collection. Which sounds a little... It sounds fucking weird. But yeah, I mean, it's an okay hobby. I mean, it's better than getting drugged up and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm keeping a couple of coin binders and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I'll sell them, maybe I won't. I'll be honest with you, the only reason I actually started this is because I was trying to find rare coins to sell online. So far, no luck. But I mean, I got a lot of coins, specifically pennies, nickels, quarters. I managed to get a lot of them, but I mean, that is one of the pluses of working at McDonald's, at least for one day. I actually go ahead and use some of that time to pick out big coins. Don't worry, I always pay for what I take. I'm not a thief. McDonald's, I know you will go ahead and crucify anybody for taking an extra McChicken. So, just so you know, I don't go ahead and take money from you. Okay? I always pay for what I take. I was raised right. I guess if I had to choose an alignment, it would be lawful evil. You know, I am not a good person, but every bad thing that I've done is always within the law. For the most part. I don't have a criminal record, by the way. I actually am proud of that. But I've also haven't done good stuff. Stuff that I probably shouldn't admit to stream. I will go ahead and go and... No, I don't have a... Well, I do have a lawyer, but I don't think I can go... just asking him questions is not exactly the best thing. I'll just not share this... I'll just not go... Sorry, my model was messing up. I'll just not go ahead and share some of those stories that might get me incriminated. I've been streaming now for about 46 minutes. I haven't really... time flies, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I started a little bit earlier with the starting tune screen. I was trying to get my microphone to work. Not the best microphone. It's a blue ball right now. I was trying to go ahead and get it to work with voice mod, but for some reason Twitch Studios didn't want to pick that up, so I just went ahead and went for my regular blue ball. I have voice mod. I've paid for the full lifetime version of it. It's fun. I use it for D&D sometimes and just for fun, but I haven't really found a use for it. I usually like to practice some voices myself. I mean, what? I mean, I do actually practice some voices for myself. I have the standard voices, oh, how are you doing today, and stuff like that. I also had this one that went ahead and had, I think that's Mineta. And I think my favorite one, and also one of my party's favorite one, is Rat, which I got from Third Wheel Studios, actually. I used to be a patron of theirs, so when I had another account, not with Jewlb0x, it was like, what was it, 7 years ago now? I got their collection of tokens whenever they went ahead and you be a patron, get these tokens, and you can use them in your campaigns. I never monetized any of them. Just so you know, I always went ahead and just have my private D&D sessions. Maybe I'll do D&D sessions in the future, but for now, my group is not exactly Twitch friendly. So I will go ahead and keep that private for now until I can go ahead and get them accustomed to Twitch rules when it comes to another campaign. But I also don't want to go ahead and get them to be like, oh, you cannot say this and that, you cannot act like this because of just that. Oh, out of mod, help message for reason. Now let's go ahead and LMAO. That's a bad word? Twitch, what the LMAO is a bad word? Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like, I do like Twitch. I like this, it's complicated. I like the whole streaming thing, I like the whole communities and stuff like that. I don't like the moderation. It's kind of like, you like going to a theme park or going to a park or something like that, but you don't like the people in charge of there. You know, like one of those ladies that likes to run their management team like they're in the goddamn Navy. But they are they're usually overweight with a vest and just overly the top when it comes to their management. You know, you give somebody that you... Oh, yeah, sorry, I needed to clean my camera real quick. Yeah, this room is really dusty, I'll be honest. I've lived in this same house for 5 years now. Well, I guess house would be inside of an apartment. But to be fair, I also prefer apartments in a way because I don't have to go ahead and cut grass or, worry about taxes and stuff like that. Water bill is paid for. It's a good place too, 2 bedrooms thing. I will go ahead and confess this. I live with other people, that being my mother and my little brother. I actually, during 2019, after I graduated from high school, I was planning on moving out and probably crashing with somebody else while getting my own stuff ready. and getting a job and eventually getting into, you know, just a steady position of getting money and stuff like that. And then COVID hit. My mom is diabetic, she is immune deficiency, and my little brother is also... well, he's not the brightest tool in the shed, I'll be honest with you. He's not stupid by any chance when it comes to... He's actually really good at mathematics, and he's also better at a lot of the stuff than other people, but he is also very bad when it comes to reading and writing. Maybe it's something, it's the, you know, learning deficiency or something, I'm not sure. But, you know, he can be funny, he can be creative, and he can be smart at times, but usually he goes ahead and not. So I couldn't leave my mom here by herself. If she got COVID and she had to take care of my little brother at the same time, even if it's just an electronic thing, it would have been a nightmare. So I went ahead and stayed, and I just kept staying. It didn't make sense to go ahead and move after a while to whenever I got, you know, I still got a job and I still got a lot of stuff settled, but it didn't make sense to move out after I already got stuff settled and a good thing going. Right now I am working with the auto shop and no longer working full time at McDonald's. And I am going for another kind of job. I will not be talking too much about that because reasons. But I will go ahead and be aiming for another job that pays is probably more than what I earn right now. With any luck, I'll be able to go ahead and afford more games and more stuff to stream. But as for right now, I am... Well, I'll be honest.